Hi and welcome. I am Jamie Bates, and today I wanted to talk to you about expanding. I talk a lot about expanding, right? I talk about expanding on my radio show. I talk about it and pretty much anything that I do, all the classes that I do. I run people through an expansion. And so today I wanted to kind of just give you more information about why, number one, why do I want to expand? And number two, how do I do it? So I'm just going to run you through this really quick. Okay, so you are a being, right? Most of us maybe identify that as being like a soul, right? You get that on some level. You are energy, right? And when your body dies, you still exist. So as that soul, I like to call that the energy, space, and consciousness of who you be. Because I feel like as a soul, when we define it as a soul has so many points of views, right? There's so many things that we have decided soul is. And whenever you have a lot of points of views on something, it really limits the possibilities around it. So instead of saying soul, I like to say the energy, space, and consciousness of who you are. Okay, so for me, that means without your body, you have the energy, space, and consciousness of who you are. Okay, that is your being. Okay, so your being is one thing, and then you have your body, right? So like my being is bigger than my body. Okay, so here's my body, and then my being is around my body. Now, I think for many of us, and if you grew up in church or if you've practiced religion, religion mostly tells us, I think over the years it's changed, but I know when I was little and I was young, it used to be this where the being was inside of you, right? And your being was this small little spark of light inside of you, and then you had your body. Well, what I've learned and what really expands me way more is to understand that my being is this big, huge energy, space, and consciousness, okay? And then I have my body. Now, my body is inside of my being. My being is not inside of my body, okay? So when I started looking at it in terms of that, understanding that my being or my soul or however you want to define it, right, is this big, huge space of who you be. And in that big, huge space of who you be, you have all of your belief systems, all of your points of views, everything that you've identified as real and true, everything that you've experienced in any lifetime can be found in kind of the storage system of your being. Okay, then you have your body. And when your body dies, your being is still available, right? Your being is still there. Your being is still energy, space, and consciousness. So when we get used to that idea and we learn that the being has all of the points of views, everything you've decided, everything that you've ever wished, hoped, bought as real and true is all stored within the being of who you be. Okay, when you practice this expansion, when you get into that true space of who you be, instead of that little limitation of being inside the body, but you really truly expand yourself out and understand that you are this big, huge energy, space, and consciousness, right? What happens is number one, you can really make changes way faster when you're in an expanded space, because you can really kind of grab those different energies. I like to look at, like, let's take a belief, for instance, okay? If I say money is hard, okay, that's a belief system that I have stored within my energy, space, and consciousness. And I can easily change that if I'm expanded, because I can grab the energy, I can grab all the form and structure around it, and I can change it. Okay, so that's one reason why we really want to expand, because we don't want to live in this little contracted little tiny area where we have everything kind of crammed in there, right? Your life feels like, whoa, it's all hard and heavy. When you really truly expand, you can easily grab those energies and shift and change them. Okay, so essentially what we're doing when we're expanding is we're really truly getting into the true space of who we be, and we're giving ourselves all of this space. Now what happens, what I find when we give ourselves more space, number one, is it's way easier to receive new things, because when you're in contraction and you're in this really small space, right, it's like anytime anybody comes over to you with a new idea or a new point of view, or it's like, oh, I can't think about that, I'm overwhelmed, right? I already have so many things going on, I can't possibly take on one new viewpoint. Okay, well, when you're expanded, it's like you have more space. Your body feels like it has more space. Your life feels like it has more space. So it's easier to really kind of receive new things into your life when you have more space. Also, if you like look at someone who's being negative or someone who has a mean agenda, okay, those ideas and people and points of views, those are really, really small. And so what happens when you expand yourself out is your molecules become bigger, okay? And the molecules of space of you becomes bigger. And I find that people don't even see me, right? Someone's being really negative and really upset. I go to the grocery store, they don't even see me. People run into me all the time. People bump into me all the time because people don't even see me. Because the space of who I be is in this, the metapixels of my space are so much bigger that it kind of just allows everything to kind of flow through me instead of getting, bumping into me and getting stuck in me and then I have to figure it out and define it and release it. It's like it just can flow right through me. Okay, so it's a different way to look at things, and I'm not gonna keep babbling for too much longer here. I just wanted to make this really short. So let's go ahead and let's just expand. So what we're gonna do here is, first and foremost, we're gonna take some nice deep breaths, and we're going to just allow ourselves to just go into this relaxed space. Okay, a nice deep breath, and let's go ahead and put our barriers down, our barriers down, our barriers down, our barriers down. So anything that feels like it's up and it's like, wow, this noise and everything, just kind of let that melt away, let that fade away. And we're going to expand, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to expand out our being, not our body. So we're going to go ahead and make yourself as big as, go ahead and make yourself as big as the building that you're in. And you're going to go all the way out and all the way up and all the way down, as big as that building. You're going to allow your being to take up as much space as the building that you're in, whether it's your home, whether it's your workplace, whatever, as big as the building that you're in. Now, when we're doing this expansion, you don't actually have to do anything. You just have to listen to the sound of my voice and allow your being to expand. Yeah, there you go. And just let your being expand. Now go ahead and go as big as the block that you're on. So you're going to go all the way out and you're going to go all the way up and all the way down, as big as the block that you're on. It's a city block, it's a country block, whatever, as big as the block that you're on. Yeah, nice deep breath. And when you feel your body kind of take that nice deep breath, that means that it's kind of actualizing new energy. It's allowing that new space to come in. And let's go ahead and go out as big as the city that you're in. So go all the way out and all the way down and all the way up, as big as the city that you're in. Yeah, nice deep breath. And go ahead and go out as big as the county that you're in, all the way out and all the way up and all the way down. Yeah, and we're just going to let that energy kind of vortex through, giving you more space, giving you more space, giving you more space. And go ahead and make yourself as big as the state or province that you're in. Go all the way out, all the way up, and all the way down. Yeah, as big as the state and the province that you're in. And let's go ahead and go out as big as the country that you're in, all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. Take that nice deep breath and just kind of let that energy just go all the way through. And go ahead and make yourself as big as the planet that we're all on. This is going to be a big expanse. We're going to go all the way through, all the way through, all the way through, becoming one with everyone and everything on this beautiful planet Earth that we're all on. Yeah, nice deep breath. Let that kind of come through, come through, come through, come through. Just really allowing yourself to expand into that space. Let's do the universe, as big as the universe actually is. Nice deep breath. Let that kind of that vortex energy take over. And the multiverse, multiple universes, times that by million, times that by million, times that by million, times that by million. Nice deep breath and go all the way out to the space of who you be as the infinite being that you be. Nice deep breath and just really settle into that space. Now, when you get to the space of who you be, it's kind of like, it feels like, so if you didn't feel that in your body yet, that means you're not quite there. So you just want to expand out a little bit further. Yeah. So that's a quick expansion. And basically what that's going to do, if you practice expanding and you do it 2 or 3 times a day, it's going to give you more space to exist as who you be. If you like that expansion exercise and you want more, you can actually go to you can listen to my radio show. I do an expansion every single radio show there. You can find that at expandyourreality.net, or you can go to my website. I have lots and lots of classes where I do expansions in there as well. And right now, uh, I have I'm periodically giving away free series, and right now I'm giving away free series about gratitude. But this is December 2019, so if you are interested in learning more about expanding and being more space, check out the link below. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. Bye.